Hey Betta babes, welcome back to another Betta Breeding Diary episode. This episode is definitely going to be one of the most exciting because we are going to start jarring the baby bettas today. And I am honestly so excited and cannot wait. This step is always so special in the betta breeding journey in all of my spawns. It is such a special time and I cannot wait to be able to share it with you guys. So please make sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and make sure to hit that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Oh my gosh, really fast, this baby, its fins is flared out. Its beard was out and it's not anymore, but the fins are still kind of angled out, and it is a stunning fish. Such a good size too. Such a good size for that little fella. And this one definitely is a boy. Let me get up close. Like, look how stunning. I love that one. It's so pretty. So pretty. I don't know what got its panties in wad, but it was flaring at something. But anyway, it is time to go ahead here and start jarring these bettas. So what I'm going to do is probably go first after the ones with the tears in their fins, and that's only because honestly at this point I cannot tell, like, just by me sitting here right now, this instance, which ones are the major bullies. Like, I could be sitting here for I don't know how long before being able to tell that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the ones out that have the fin nits. Oh, and I do think the darkest one there was the one I noticed before being a bully, so probably that guy too, and then we'll go from there. But I think that's where we're going to start tonight, and of course we'll only do a few because this is a process that we don't all do in one night because some need to be in here a little longer than others. So that's what we're going to do, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so quick little disclaimer before we jar the bettas. The jars, alright, these are going to look, you know, pretty dirty. That's just how they're gonna appear because I have had these for all 5 of my spawns, so they're weathered and they have been out in the weather. But I've also have them in and have literally cleaned them 2 different times, which is something that I always do. So are they still going to look weathered? Yes, but they are perfectly clean, so you definitely don't have to worry about that. It's just I'm not gonna go buy new jars between each spawn, you know. So that's just a little disclaimer. But now it's all about finding which fish we think we should jar first. I don't know. Also, I do have to get the old numbers off and put new numbers on the jar. That means I have to get a new Sharpie. That's something that I forgot about. But I don't know. Maybe we should go for the darkest guy first, since I know he has been, there's the culprit right there. Since I know he's been aggressive before, so at least there's one that I can pick out and get this aggressive. And then next, I'll hop for the ones that have holes in their fins, and then we will easily just go from there. Now, I actually just realized that there's a couple of really dark ones. That one's really dark. There's one over here that was really dark too, but I think this one is the darkest. So I'm just going to make an educated guess and go for that guy. But I have my trusty little scoop here that has some brine shrimp eggs on it. But I have my trusty little scoop here that will be the best on their fins to get them out with. So that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna go ahead and start scooping in the water here into the jars. I may actually go get the thing I use for water changes to put the water in here because I feel like it'll be a lot easier. But for the sake of this one, we'll just go ahead and keep on using this. See, this is the first time also that I'm doing jars with this new setup. I'm used to having a desk where I can sit the jar and it's like a whole heck of a lot easier. Although this system right here looks the nicest, it's by far harder than when I just had my sister's, in fact, her old desk out here. But I guess I'm making do. And then we're about ready to get the little guy. Alrighty, so let's see. Where did he go? Is that him back there? Is this one him? I think it is. Ooh, wait. That's one thing about these nets is the current is like so. Ooh, I got him. I got him. I hope I don't lose him. Ooh, there we go. And here is the very first betta to be jarred. I wish it would focus. Oh well, it's obviously not gonna focus, but let's go ahead and pour him in. All right, you guys, let me scoot over a little bit here. Alrighty, and there we go. Wow, the first betta is officially in its jar. This is the start. Oops, I dropped the net in there. Oh my gosh, okay. So this is the start of a life without its brothers and sisters. The start of the solo life. All right, let's go ahead and get a better look at the little guy since we have him in his jar now. Oh, he's so beautiful. This is definitely, if not the biggest, at least one of the biggest bettas so far in my spawn. And like I said, they are 2 months old. This guy is such a good size and such a beautiful boy. But what I am going to be doing is putting in a little piece of Indian almond leaf with each one of the babies to hopefully start promoting their color change, because sometimes Indian almond leaves can do that. So alrighty, so for instance, I'm just going to put this little bitty piece because you don't need much, but I'm just going to put it right at the top so he can have a little something, which obviously we all know Indian almond leaves are good for stress too, which is obviously has to be stressful, you know, being in a jar and out of the growing tank, which is all this baby has ever known. So hopefully that will help me kind of dunk it in there just to get it a little bit emerged. And I'm gonna keep this baby right here and we'll put him up here in a second. All right, you guys, popping in really fast to say, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have been sitting here for the past little while now, and I cannot tell for the life of me which ones have the fin tears. I'm so confused. The thing is like I was mentioning, the baby bettas heal so fast compared to an adult betta, so they may have already healed, and now at this point, I'm genuinely not for sure which ones are the culprits of being really, really aggressive. So I am just gonna kind of have to choose, you know, just at random who gets jarred first at this point until I notice, you know, until otherwise, and if I notice anything different. So that's what we're gonna do now. All right, guys, here's the second jar ready. The second baby ready. I'm very partial to the blue ones, and this is a blue one. I love little markings on its fins. It's gonna be extremely hard to tell, obviously in the net, but I am obsessed. So let's go ahead here and dump the little baby in there. I do need to pour out a little bit of the water though. It has just a little too much. Alrighty, guys. Now this baby is another male, and it's so beautiful. It's so weird looking at them though, not under like actual tank lights, and it is a little stressed right now, which is to be expected. But we're gonna go ahead here. I'm gonna break it off and put a little piece of Indian almond leaf, just like we did with the first baby. There, that's a better look. But yeah, you can see the stress stripes, but they will calm down soon. So here's baby 1 and baby 2. That baby is very brave, and it's a female. If I had water in the jar, I would go ahead and get that one, because I believe I'm going to get a female next, since I have 2 males so far. They're looking at it like, what the heck is that? Oh, they're so cute. All right, let's put water in yet another jar. Alright guys, I did 3 girls and 3 boys. So these guys all need Indian almond leaves, so that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, so here is another one of the boys. So beautiful. I just love the way they look in the light. Here is one of the girlies. You can so easily tell that it's a girl because of her ovaries, which you can see literally so prominently. Like literally so prominently. But yeah, we have her. That was the boy I just showed you. Here's another girly that looks quite similar, of course, right now. And it's not focusing. We love that. But anyway, there's the other girl. The very first baby we jarred, I know it's hard to tell on camera, but the water is already starting to turn a little bit yellow from the tannins and from the Indian almond leaves. There's another pretty boy. Well, I think that's a boy. Let's see. That's a girl. What am I saying? I'm so silly. It was hard to tell from back there, but there's the other girl. And then there was our second boy that we jarred. So there are all the babies that we have jarred so far. 3 girls, 3 boys. Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. Okay, so let's go ahead and start taking them to the little thing here. And by the way, those are just twigs from this wreath that we just bought. That's what is in there though. It's nothing to be alarmed about. Let's go ahead and take this handsome boy, sit him in the number 2 spot, and go over here and just start grabbing them at this point, because honestly now I've lost count as, or I guess, I don't know, I would necessarily lost count, but lost like who was who first. I just remember the very first 2. So here we go. Man, this is crazy. It just seems insane to be doing this again, you guys. It's just insane that these guys are already at that spot, but they are. So let's put the little girly over here and we should be done with the first 5. Wow, this is just insane. But there they are. And hopefully we'll see a lot more color change soon. Alright guys, it is yet another day, and you see that baby? That is a huge chunk out of its back tail. And I don't want it to get any worse, because if if one of the Bettas decided to strongly bully this guy and get him more down on his finnage, that was a really bad way to explain that, but mess his fins up anymore, it could be not good at all. So we are going to go ahead and jar this guy tonight, and then I'm still going to leave the rest for a while. Look how much more this guy is changing, losing a whole lot more pigment and gaining a lot more black, especially on its head. I know it's on the side right now, but I find that really interesting. So I'm wondering if the blue shaded ones are going to be the ones to turn more of a black look, since like that one back there has black rims, the one in that I've already jarred has black rims. So I am really curious about that. But right now we're gonna go ahead and jar this little guy, and then I am going to change their water, because a lot of their patchy spawn and grow, as you can see, has accumulated and it stinks to high heavens and has made this water smell so sickening that if you put your face in it, you probably gag. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then clean out the water and like get all that mess up. Alrighty guys, and I have the baby in. I just gave it an Indian almond leaf. Here it is. Yeah, and I have all the certainty that the fins will heal up very nicely very soon. Like I said, babies' fins like literally heal almost instantly, so that is awesome. So we're gonna get this guy healed up. I'm gonna go ahead and put him over there with his brothers and sisters. And there we go. So now I have 7 out of the 17 jarred. So 10 left in the grow out tank. Alrighty, you guys, that is it for today's Betta breeding diary episode. This one was such an important one, you guys. Jarring the babies is always one of the best parts of this whole entire process for me. It's a big milestone in their lives, because it's when they finally get taken out of the big grow out tank with all their brothers and sisters, and it's like their initiation into being betta fish, if that makes sense. Because once they're in those jars, you know, they pretty much started to get the aggression, realizing that they're bettas, and then they just grow into their best betta self in the jars. Of course, if this is your first time to my channel, I definitely want to mention that I don't keep these bettas in jars to live in. You should never ever do that. This is just the customs of breeding betta fish. It's what betta breeders have to do. It's just a part of the system. I would never keep them in a jar for permanent ever, so you don't do that either, okay? But other than that, I just want to say thank you to my patrons as always. Jeremy, Maddie, Davis, Mercy, Janae, Casey, Natalie, Abby, Vicky, Cass, and Steven. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being patrons. It means so much to me. You guys can be a patron by clicking the link in the description box down below. It helps me out so much, and you guys get a lot of awesome perks, so definitely make sure to check that out. And other than that, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can do that by hitting my face right up there, and you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right over there. It would mean the world to me if you guys would come join the family. Also, make sure to subscribe to my second channel, Anna's World, for all the content that is not pet related. And I hope you guys have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.